Hello everyone, it's FPSGaming back with a brand new video, and this is something I really wanted to get out there, as I feel like the newer official Doom ports really could have been better, and I just want to say this before I get into things. For those who have always known the ins and outs of Source ports, and many of whom have been messing with this stuff since the game first came out, are probably not the intended audience at all. And really, this is a video of my thoughts of what could be expanded on and improved in the Doom Unity port, the newest and arguably the best official Doom port released so far that is basically a wrapper for the original Doom code. And yes, I will acknowledge any limitations the developers/porters may have. If I come across any, I can mention. Alright, so before I get into things that can be improved, let's bring up some things this Unity port has improved from even fan-made Source ports. So right off the bat, it's already better than the BFG edition as far as the audio pitch shifting is concerned. Let's face it, nobody enjoyed the BFG audio pitch shifting, and I like how they even added the option to turn the pitch shifting on or off. Secondly, in this port, unlike a lot of other official ports, they made it so you can change the controls. Now, on console, I don't think you can change the controls. That would be complicated, but it's still good that they added in some kind of control customization here. Another good thing that separates this from a lot of other official ports is that you can change the resolution and frame rate to your liking, although it does have its problems, like the mouse movement not being all that smooth and going above 60 FPS. But I'm pretty sure that's never been perfect. Anyways, not only that, but a good difference from a port like GZ Doom is the addition of the SC55 type of music. It sounds really great, and GZ Doom, if I could recall correctly, is using something like the basic Windows sound font for the soundtrack. And I also like how they were able to implement split-screen co-op in multiplayer, as that's something I don't think Doom has ever done before. Alright, so now I get to talk about things that I think could be added or changed for the better. First, let's get to multiplayer and co-op out of the way. And I'm gonna quote Doom Kid in this one, as he helped me in a Doom World forum on this. And I'm gonna bring up a screenshot of his. These are his words, so all credit goes to him on this. And I'll read it to you, as I think an actual online multiplayer should be added in, and I am aware of the troubles that could be presented when adding in multiplayer to an almost 30-year-old game, but I'll get into that after I read Doom Kid's words, so let me just get the screenshot up here. Local and long-distance multiplayer were always in mind during Doom's development. After all, the tales of genre deathmatching during Doom's development will be impossible otherwise. Serial multiplayer was added for public consumption after just 6 days, version 1.1 of Doom. Basically, you had to wait less than a week for LAN games if you pre-ordered Doom, December 16, 1993. Modem support was added in February 1994 with version 1.2. This allowed long-distance multiplayer. Not as smooth and as streamlined as we think of it today, but it was there. This was also when the engine was made to run natively on Windows. Networking support continued to improve up through version 1.666, mid-1994, and Dwango had also been launched under Romero's direct guidance. It was the first lobby-based international network gaming service. Players had ranks attached to their accounts and everything based on playtime and such. And there were known instances of players connecting to Houston, Dwango, all the way from Australia. While this was international network play, it was not over the internet. It was basically a long-distance call. kind of feel like this is splitting hairs, though. Point is, there were people playing Doom with each other across country. In 1998, with the death of Dwango, services that allowed play on the internet sprung up quickly, like DoomServe, which was pretty much usurped by CS Doom in 2000, and from there things like Doom Connector in 2001, which supported all then new CS Doom forks like Z-Daemon and Skulltag. There's been a lot of technical improvements and rebrands since Doom 2000, but that's pretty much when things had fully transitioned from the old way into the same stuff we use now. Doom Explorer or Doom Seeker, Xan, Z-Daemon, or Odamex. That's the technical history of Doom multiplayer in the smallest nutshell I could squeeze it into. Thank you. You did a good job. Alright, so let's just say, well, why adding multiplayer to this could prove complicated. So, Doom's original netcode nowadays is a complete wash on modern connections with people using Wi-Fi or even 4G modems, which Doom's netcode wasn't really designed for. It's a lockstep protocol. All sessions move at the speed of the slowest responding player and require all connections to constantly be sending and receiving inputs to and from all players at a constant 35 Hz. You'd think this would be easy enough, but curiously, that's the one thing Wi-Fi and 4G isn't designed to cope with. They handle everything has half duplex bursts between sending and receiving, and then to pack on a fair bit of latency on top, which really slows down the whole process and adds a good chunk of latency on top, which thus increases the input latency. If you wanted to do multiplayer now, and for it to actually be enjoyable to play, they will need to rewrite the whole thing from scratch, with client prediction and full object serialization on top. That would be a rather large amount of technical work to accomplish, indeed. Now we get to mods, map packs, and customization. Now before we start, I just want to say that it's a good start that we already have something like an add-ons feature available to play mods and map packs after finishing the base campaign. And I know that there are some limitations, but working on the port maybe a bit more and getting more mod support on it will be good. And yes, I do know that will take a fuck ton of reworking in Doom's code, but with enough work, I think they can make it work, since at the moment, while not guaranteed, they do have some D-hack support. And I think they could be able to slowly but surely work their way up with vanilla mods like Epic 2 and Scythe 2. For limit removing, I think things like Sunlust and Deus Vault. Could be wrong on Sunlust being limit removing, but you can correct me. And advanced mods being like Brutal Doom and Pirate Doom. And also, I don't think a mod searcher that lets you search for any mod will be possible, because there are mods out there that have copyrighted and offensive things, so I think the only mods that will be possible will be the ones approved by id Software, which is fine to say the least. We could request more and more mods, and we can get them approved by id Software, just get them to check, so I don't see a big deal there. As for customization, I would like to see some things maybe from other source ports, like customization for your crosshair, maybe the ability to look up and down and jump and crouch, customize your player character, more cheats like allowing players to spawn in, and probably on top of many others too. Okay, before we get into the next section, I just continue on the mod thing a little bit. I just want to say it's a good thing they are using their own engine and such for it, because I think it can really be expanded upon and whatnot, probably even, like, it'll be a lot less buggy than like something like GZ Doom or something like that, because while GZ Doom, in my opinion, is a good port, there are some problems with it. Like, for example, that one time I found a YouTuber, he was playing a mod, he was playing on a map, he was shooting the Caco demons and they were all, like, falling down because he was shooting rockets at them. Yeah, I don't like how GZ Doom, with the problems it has, you have to really get engine specific with it. You don't notice until you really start digging deep in. Anyways, the next part, achievements. Okay, now not a huge thing, But I think maybe if they can, they really should add in achievements to things like Plutonia, Sigil, and TNT Evolution, as that will make people more motivated to play those add-ons. Another little thing I think they should add in is like the removal, if not like an option to lessen the time of the colors of certain power-ups. Like whenever you pick up a Berserk power-up or an invincibility power-up, the color changes on your screen. Berserk is red, invincibility being white, and the color lasts a damn long time on your screen. And I really wish you could shorten the time it stays on your screen, because while it's cool, it's pretty darn blinding. And yeah, I really just wish they added an option so you could disable it, if not lessen the time it stays on your screen. Oh, and another thing I want to mention real quick is the addition of this new difficulty called Ultraviolence Plus, which is basically the Nightmare difficulty, except with the removal of respawning enemies. And from what I noticed, there are like these deathmatch type maps where like the items are spawned deathmatch wise, but it's a minor nitpick nonetheless, but I like it. I really do. Anyways guys, that'll be it for this video. Feel free to discuss in the comments. And eventually, later down the line, I will be uploading a video on why I feel the original Doom 3 is sort of being lost to time. The original core, like the original vision. Mainly on consoles, but anyways, take care everybody.